I've been dying to make this video. I watched the Selma Blair documentary not last weekend, I think it was the weekend before, and it was on Discovery Plus, if I'm not mistaken. It was so, obviously I have MS, so my heart went out to her immediately, but as you watch this, you see she's just a woman that is putting her heart out there on a platter. She has nothing to hide. She's just putting it all out there for everyone to see. I'm the exact same way. Like, I don't have anything to hide, so that completely got me. And I love the way Selma Blair uses humor to alleviate the heaviness of life. You know, life's not easy, so particularly the situation that she was experiencing. You know, I've been diagnosed with MS for like 20 years now, so kind of a veteran in this department, if I do say so myself. Seems like Selma Blair, she was recently diagnosed, and what she's going through is so typical, I feel like. She definitely got sucked into the downward spiral of conventional medicine. And God bless her, it is no fault of her own. You want to trust people. You want to think that people have your best interests at heart. But the truth of it is, conventional medicine is very limited. We are human beings. We are so complex. Our bodies are incredible, fascinating. And I do believe with all of my heart that our bodies are designed to heal themselves. A state of equilibrium is the baseline for our bodies. The only thing that disrupts that is the introduction of, outside factors or things we subject ourselves to, unfortunately, that cause the imbalance. A lot of it for us is dietary, and a lot of people have found resolutions through modifying their diet. I'm going to say that I've done like every extreme elimination diet, and if I do one more, I think I might go completely crazy. It's never done anything good for me. Minimal benefits, but here is something that I completely understand. So, our bodies are incredible and amazing and self-sustaining. So you think of it like this, like we're ingesting dead stuff. Like everything we're eating is like dead, like carbs and meat, all that stuff, chips, like GMOs, everything like that. It's dead. Like that can't be healthy, right? My intake of fruits and vegetables, it's shameful. It's not very good. So there's people like Terry Walls that have found these revolutionary change, just dramatic changes in their health by eating like rabbits all day long and only consuming salads and vegetables, from what I understand. So, absolutely, I see why that would be beneficial. I see why, flooding your body with all that stuff is awesome. Like, when you've been depriving your body of those nutrients for however long you were, and then all of a sudden you're like inundated, like, yes, your body is going to thrive, absolutely. So I see that. But I also acknowledge that our bodies are very complex. And something that struck me about Selma Blair, which I obviously have in common, is the whole mother stuff, like the issues. My mother is a narcissist, or my mother, as I say, the, terms of endearment don't really apply here, but biologically she is my mother, and she is very much a narcissist. So that relationship, whatever, is profoundly fractured. I did not have that support growing up. I don't have that support as an adult, and that weighs heavily on you. If you've ever read the book or never read it, pick it up. It's awesome. By Bessel van der Kolk. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. There are so many correlations between physical manifestations of trauma. 100%. I believe that with everything. There's also, like, I'm looking at my bookshelf, there's, like, Gabor Mate has written a publication about, like, he writes a lot about the connection between MS and emotional trauma, the presence of that in your life. Like, his book is called When the Body Says No. And you think about it, like, logically speaking, you've been attacked your whole life as a black sheep like I was. So your body's just like, yeah, I'm going to attack you too. It's just, it's logical. It fits. So I have that in common with Selma Blair. I thought, oh my goodness, like, the emotional issues are very much a factor that needs to be taken into account in order to move forward and to heal. So, my message in response to that is just, you got this. You can do anything. We can do anything we set our minds to. I'm in this flippin' wheelchair. Mark my words, I will not be in this wheelchair for the rest of my life. I promise you that. This is not what I'm destined for. In my heart, I know better. And I know my body is miraculous. And I'll figure it out. You know, that's what it's about. It's about embracing your own well-being and being your own advocate. I cannot stress that enough. Doctors try to help, and doctors are great when it comes to cut and dry issues, but I do believe that MS is BS. Like I say, that's my thumbnail for this. MS is BS. I feel like it's a catch-all. It's like a scapegoat. Like, I was a scapegoat. It's like a scapegoat catch-all for, like, oh, you have this, and oh, sorry, we can't help you. You have MS. You know, it's like, instead of getting to the root of everything, they treat symptoms, right? So it's, I can't tell you, years ago, I was on so many pharmaceuticals. It was absurd. Like, I'm 40 now, I'm 41, and, like, I must have been, like, in my 30s at that point. Like, no, you should not be on that many pharmaceuticals. I'll tell you something exciting that I recently did. I had hypothyroid, a slow thyroid, you know, which unfortunately impacts, like, your energy, your metabolism, all that stuff. Guess what, man? They told me I would be on thyroid medicine for the rest of my life. Guess who's not on thyroid medicine anymore? This girl. I'm freaking thrilled. So you can do anything if you pay attention to your body, you try different things, you learn everything that you can about things that impact you that you believe could have impacted you. 100%, you can totally turn anything around. I did unfortunately get treated for Lyme's disease after our son, Joey, passed away. This camera's too low. His picture's up there. But after Joey passed away, doctors were like, oh, we'll help you. You know, so I was treated with heavy-duty antibiotics for 18 months. Destroyed. Like they say, disease begins and ends in your gut. I believe that too. So, killed my whole digestive system. I was bloated off the charts and all that terrible stuff. So, I am undoing the result of all of that now. That's when I started to need the wheelchair, like going out. I didn't start using it full time until like 3 years ago. But like when we would go out like to the doctors or whatever, I would need a transport chair, so Joe would have to push me. Ugh. But all this stuff wreaks havoc on. I can't tell you how many times I was on antibiotics in my life, so that's a thing. And another thing is fluoroquinolone toxicity. If you've ever been on Cipro or Levaquin or any in that family, bad stuff. And it excuse me, accumulates in your muscles and nothing but bad stuff. There's people that have cured themselves of fluoroquinolone toxicity that were in wheelchairs that are walking. How awesome is that? There could be like a million factors contributing to your MS that doctors haven't even looked at because it's MS, you know? Like, my other thing is when they do MRIs and they see you have like plaques or whatever, how do they know, man? Like, that could be an M&M in your brain. Obviously, it's not, but I'm just being eccentric to make a point here. Like, they don't know unless they slice and dice you open and know what's going on in your body. And that's not what they're doing. They don't know. They're just speculating. They're coming up with conclusions. And Selma Blair, they told her, like, oh my goodness, what she did with the whole stem cell transplant thing. Obviously, I've thought about that myself. And God bless her for doing it because it was intense. I mean, what she went through emotionally, physically, like financially, I can't imagine. But she trusted these doctors that it was going to help her. And it didn't help her. After all of that, losing her hair, having to move, like terrible stuff, having to isolate in order to do the stem cell transplant and all that. I tried to get involved in one of those clinical trials. Way back before I had kids, my neurologist was trying to help me do it. And everything happens for a reason. I did not get accepted, and I'm thankful, you know. So anyway, it didn't work for her, and a doctor told her, oh, you have damage to the gray matter in your brain. Really? Is that it's like they can never be wrong, right? So if it's not this, it's that. It's not this, it's that. It's always something, right? They're always pointing you in different directions. Like, guess what? Selma Blair, I believe that you can completely rehabilitate yourself. You can totally overcome this. Don't listen to conventional medicine because they're just not equipped to deal with this complex issue that we are faced with. And if anyone's up to the task, it's us. So that's my thoughts on that whole thing. My heart broke for her because, like I said, she's just putting it all out there, and I do the same thing. But there's always hope. There's always a way out. And I believe that she can do that. I can do it. We can all do it. So, I love you all. I hope I provided you with something useful. Please like, subscribe, share with anyone you think this would be beneficial to. We are bumped. We are bruised. But above everything else, we are blessed. We're overcoming whatever hurdles are put in our way. I love you all.